welcome. In today's video, we will be doing my review on the Embroidered Forest Tarot deck by Alicia Vamvoukakis. It's a beautiful deck. I hope that my lighting gives it justice. Actually, I've had to re-record this just because the feedback on a video said, Diane, please show the video, please have better lighting and show it more clearly. So I hope that we're going to do and give this deck justice because it is beautiful. You can see on the box here, you've got sort of like threads here. It's a bit like a carpet. Obviously, that's supposed to be material. Now, this deck I purchased through Kickstarter. You're going to love this deck, but you're only going to love it if you can afford it, because it isn't cheap. It is an expensive deck in my eyes. You may think otherwise. There is 78 cards. It is based on a full tarot deck. It is in this beautiful hard box, which is sturdy. I've taken the cards out just so I can show you the inside of the box. You've got the standard magnetic clip here. Inside the box itself, it is a beautiful box. It does read, and I hope that I'm going to be able to read this and give this justice because it's a bit hard for me. It says, to the fang-hearted descendants of the forest, the ones at home in magic and darkness, what if a storm awoke within you and crackling it said, you are both sept and warrior. You are both soft and warrior. I knew it's going to be hard for me to read with this reflection. I apologize. With mess whispered, lashes you sigh, you are moonful, perfect and glowing. Let your wind-whipped hair pull you forward, be your guide. Because to tread within the forest is to go within yourself and love all that you find there. Love always, Alicia. And I do apologize. It is a print a bit difficult for me, for my eyes. And then you have the beautiful inside. Yes, the lighting is great. You can see this deck. As I said, I've got this on Kickstarter. You can purchase it from the embroideredforest.com. It is expensive. It is $74.99 US or 113 Australian dollars. You can change it to your amount. So, you know, it's pricey, but as I said, you'll love this deck if you can afford it. You know, you will love it. You're not going to love it because of the price, but you're going to love the deck itself. You really are. So if you can afford it, you'll enjoy it. So let's put the box aside. Now let's look at the cards. Now the cards have got this, and this is why it's expensive. It is definitely from the printing. You know, you've got this beautiful silver rainbow serpent. And I have used this deck, so you can see it is well loved and well used. So you've got the beautiful rainbow gilding. They are a matte card. They are definitely matte. They are quite thick. So you can see that they've been used. They do spring back. They do spring back into shape. There's obviously 78 cards like a tarot deck, so it is a true tarot deck. You get the guidebook. The guidebook does discuss, obviously, the cards. The only thing that I find with this guidebook is it's a sewn guidebook. It's not, you know, you can sort of see the sewing. Can you see? I don't know. That's the only thing that I would be a bit worried about this. You know, if you're like me, I'm quite hard on my guidebooks because I utilize the guidebooks when I read my cards prior to using my intuition. So that's the only thing. Just be gentle with your guidebook there. It is put in order. There are no numbers. So you do have to flip through if you're unsure of where, for instance, the High Priestess sits within the deck. You'll have to, you know, just start from the beginning and flick through. Obviously, with the minor arcanas, that's quite easy to see because you've got Ace 1, 2, 3, 4. The beginning does have spreads, sample spreads that you can utilize. God bless my eyes. Very tiny print. Very tiny print, lots of different spreads there, beautiful spreads. I haven't done one of the spreads just yet. Looking at them, she's provided a lot of spreads in there, so it is beautiful. I think this deck came about with her doing something on Instagram actually, and I don't know whether it came through because of COVID, but it definitely was a year-long process in making this deck. So you love it. I'm a big one about guidebooks, and what I will do is, because I watch reviews and they sort of flip over the guidebook, but I really like to know what it actually says about the cards. So I will pull 3 or 4 maybe cards in this deck. We will go through the guidebook, so you'll have to bear with me if you're not into that, you know, click double play or whatever. But I must say, You're going to love this deck. It has hit a soft spot with me. It really has. So let's put the guidebook aside and let's get into this beautiful deck. So as I said, that is the reverse there. You can sort of see the same sort of, this is a bit finer here, but you can sort of see like a material on the deck. Okay, so let's put our little stand up here. I'm going to try and show them as clearly as I can. I will be choosing the guidebook as such with some of them. So let's start with the four beginning their journey. So you can see the little eggs there, the little eggs coming to life. Now this deck obviously is very expensive simply because of the printing. Look at that foil within each of the flowers there, so that's the reason here. With the major arcana, the background's very different. They're all very unique. You know, you can see that. Oh, I don't know whether you can see the eye of the bird. Can you see the eye of the bird? Oh, look at that. It's just beautiful. And of course the embroidery, but I'm just getting carried away. Okay, so we've got the magician here. Again with the foil. I hope that you can see it so clearly. I will bring it up as clearly as I can for some of the cards. Let me look at the flowers. If you're into embroidery, you'll love this deck. Or if you're into anything really arty, you'll love this deck. You know, you can really appreciate someone's art skills when you look at tarot. You know, the High Priestess, this would have to be one of my favourite cards of this deck, along with the Death card. It's just beautiful. The Empress. And again, we've got this different background. The Emperor, very different, night and day. Gosh, nearly lost that one. I just take my watch off. It's very distracting on the camera. The Hierophant. As you can see nice and close, the embroidery there. The Lovers. Beautiful card here, and if you can look very, very closely, got the two animals there coming through. The Chariot. So I don't know whether there's an animal flying with the dragonflies, with the, yeah, maybe I should be looking at it this way, should I? I don't know. Which way should we be looking at it? The chestnuts there. Now the Strength card, look at this beauty. You can see the owl. Let's read the book. As I said, I am going to grab the book every so often for the cards, simply because I'm a big one for reading the guidebook. I really love to know what gives the deck creator their inspiration. Plus two, look at the detail in here. Oh, sorry, I have to stop myself. Look at the detail. Plus two, you're not just buying a deck, you're buying the guidebook plus the deck. So, you know, like, now as I said, there is no numbering here, so you sort of have to go through, you know, that it's after the Lovers. So that's the only thing that you may find. Oh, it's a bit long, a bit lengthy, so let's hang in there. You look past the swaying trees into the distance only to double take. These aren't trees at all. This deer, like all the animals in the embroidered forest, is enchanted. His antlers are apple branches in full spring blossom. An eagle owl has made his tree his home and the stag his friend. Eagle owls are the bird of strength. They symbolise acceptance of inner truth and sacred solitude. This card is on pink velvet as a nod to processed deer go through velvet shedding. The velvet is a fine fuzz of skin surrounding the bone. It provides blood and helps the antlers strengthen and grow. This process doesn't hurt them. Instead, the velvet becomes itchy, causing them to rub against trees and rocks. Like a deer's antlers, we have strength inside us. If our conditions are always comfortable, we have no need to grow and evolve. Discomfort is often needed to strengthen us. Strength asks, what should I strengthen about this situation? Am I trusting in my own strength enough? Where must I be stronger? So it's beautiful, beautiful deck. Beautiful. So we'll read a few more. The Hermit. What do you think about the Hermit? What is the Hermit? I don't know. The Lynx. That's what the Hermit is, the Lynx. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, we do have the numbers on the card. They're just not on the book. Now, I love this card as well. Justice. Isn't it beautiful there? Like kingfisher birds. The hangman, the cocoon, about to come to life. Let's put these down. They're getting a bit big for my little stand. The death card, I love. Look at this. It's just gorgeous. So I'll read the death card. Always an interesting one, the death card, when you're pulling this card out for people who don't understand tarot. It's like, no, don't freak out. Of course, when you share this path with nature, you will inevitably come to something you would rather not see. Something definitely dead lays in your periphery. We fear death and the unknown, but often avoidance will lead to more suffering than acceptance ever will. The death card isn't the Hollywood-style death omen that society en masse has been wrongly made to believe it is. More often than not, the death card is suggesting something in our life needs to die. A habit, negative self-talk, or a toxic relationship. This card suggests a death of something and then a clean, fresh start, because life and death are cycles. Life moves on, and despite our grief, we will all too. We are strong, and ultimately the death card is about peace, acceptance, and even transformation. Death asks, what negativity needs to die in my life? How can I learn to accept this? Beautiful message. Temperance. These are the otters chitty-chatting away. The devil is the magpie. The magpie collecting. Beautiful. The tower. Look at the tower just a bit more carefully. It's just stunning with the dark clouds also in the distance. The star. This is the dove carrying the olive branch. Sort of about the Moses flooding. The moon card. Isn't it beautiful? Another stunning card. I mean, I just say they're all stunning because they actually are. Look at that. Can you see the embroidery there if I bring it really close? Is this in your to buy list just yet? Let me know in the chat if you have got this deck or if you're looking at it to purchase, or what expensive decks have you bought, you know, like, because I think that's important too, to discuss price. Like, has there been a deck that you've really paid a lot of money for that you're afraid to use perhaps in damaging it? Like, that's another thing too. The world. So that's the major arcana. Now the minors. Now I do love this deck. Again, another love. Simply because the deck itself is named. The deck itself is named Swords, Cups, Wands, and Pentacles. It hasn't changed, and I think that's really important. I don't know why we need to change it. So this is the Swords of Suits. Sometimes it can be a bit hard to see the number at the top, but you soon understand. So these are the little bumblebees. You know, they've got the wishes there, the pollen. So as you can see, the 2 with the crossing over of the 2s. One thing that I want to say is, again, with the number 2, you know, just depending on the lighting, it can be quite difficult to see that, you know, like, so just, but you know, as soon as you see 2, you know. The 3 of Swords, everyone's always interested in, what is the 3 of Swords depicted? That's the 3 of Swords. The 4 of Swords. So let me open up the guidebook. Let's read about the 4 of Swords. I'll just show that a little bit closer for you so you can see how we've done the bee. Does anyone embroider? The 4 of Swords, this card is signifying you really need to take some time to yourself and either recover from or prepare for upcoming stress. As an action, this card can be yoga, meditation, or anything that brings you calming stillness. So I guess the bee's doing downward dog there. Okay, 5 of Swords. 6. So these are all obviously on the same backing. So once you get and utilize the deck a lot, you know, you obviously know straight away with the coloring there. Blue mail, it's like a lilac. This one I love. Love the way this is depicted. The 9 of Swords. Rough ride of anxiety. Look at this. I'll just bring it a bit closer. You can really see the artwork there. 10 of Swords. Look at this betrayal. Look. The betrayal there. The Page. Gorgeous. Hope they will fit on the little stand before we change. The Knight. The Queen. Might read the Queen. We'll do the reversal. She has put the reversal in the book. So the Queen of Swords reversed. Mentally manipulative, cruel and unforgiving. If we've been hurt before, we may be tempted to lash out in this manner. Forgive others and self and try to move on. Splendid message from the guidebook. The King of Swords. Shall I read that upside down as well, reversed? Whoops. I hope this fits. We'll read him upside down, from the guidebook. Abusing powerful position, avoiding truth and trying to manipulate others. Imposter syndrome, or talk no trousers. Relax and do a little self-love work. The only person you need to convince of your greatness is yourself. Beautiful. So then we have the wands. So you can see the wands here with the beautiful fox surrounded by daisies. Are these in order? Maybe not. 9, 10, maybe. There we go. Sort of order. 2. So the card for the 2 of Wands. Ever feel all fired up and inspired and you just need to be pointed at that canvas? Or you're finally going to tackle that project and you're actually going to start filing your filing your taxes? Well, that's 2 of Wands energy. Someone has lit a fire under your butt and you just have to go and get it done. What's the it? That's the fun part. You get to decide. So that's the 2. The 3 of Wands. Might read this by reverse. Gives you some more idea. 3 of Wands reversed. A lack of support. The groundwork hasn't been done. And so the plan will fail if you try. You need more info or experience before you can move forward. The 4 of Wands. The little babies here. The 5 of Wands. 6 of Wands. 7. The 8. The quick card. 8, 9. 10. Beautiful. Look at the Page. The Knight. The King with the crown. Or the Queen, out of order a little bit. And then we're moving on to the Cups. Hopefully these are in order with the beautiful blue background. I must say these are my favourite. I don't know, swans in pink. They're just, who can say no? So you've got the 1, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups. So as I said, sometimes it can be a bit hard to see that 3, but you know when you see the 3 swans. The 4, the disconnection card, the 5, looks like that little swan's going through grief, 6, look at this beauty, the 7, fantasy and illusion and choice greet you with the 7 of Cups. Many options stand before you, so be careful before choosing. The most difficult part is telling the difference between genuine choices and what you want them to be. Staying grounded and making decisions slowly will be your best course of action. 8 of Cups, 9, 10, then we have the beautiful page. See the pages in this deck? It's just stunning. There's obviously a reasoning behind that. I wonder whether she says in the book, I don't think she talks about why she made the pages so different. Maybe to indicate the changing of numbers to court cards. The Queen, and then the King. Look at his arms spread out. You can almost feel that water splashing on you. So that's the Cups. Shall we read the King upside down? Perhaps we should. Emotionally cruelty and manipulation, feeling very unstable and unattached from your usual mood. That's that one. So then we're going to finish up looking at the Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. A bit of a different background on this one. It just reminds me of canvas. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles with the bunny rabbit or the hare. Again with the daisies, type of daisy feeling here. The 2, 3, 4, the 5, very hard to see, as I said, you know, it can be hard to see that number. Very hard to see the daisies too, so nothing, you know, not that you can't see it, just depending on the lighting that you have there. The 6 of Pentacles, we'll read this one from the card. Now it's time to grow, from a seed in the dark to our first baby green shoots. You're not all the way out of the darkness, but you are beginning to see progress and results in your financial and earthly areas of your life. The worst is behind you, so leave it there and focus on the future. Beautiful. Number 7, Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles, we might read this little fella upside down. Reversed. Or tails, some people call it tails. Misspent energy, fruitless labours, making a mistake which will be costly to repair. Nothing is truly in vain. We can learn from this. Number 9, look at him, just lying back there and resting. The 10 of Pentacles, happy, happy. Then we've got this beautiful page again. Somebody is very, very talented. These are a bit out of order. The Knight, extremely talented, don't you think? The Queen, the beautiful crown. And then the King, we will read reversed. We'll see the message of the King. Obsession with perceived worth and wealth. financial ineptitude, and stubbornly sticking to old ways that no longer work. Gosh, I think that sounds like me sometimes. Well, every day, really. So I hope that you enjoy this deck. I hope that you enjoy this review. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I forgot to make mention of all my beautiful new subscribers. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey of me going through all my decks.